Hi everyone, last day of the year and I wanted to share a small video so you can wake up the first day of the year without the biggest hangover of your life. And this is not a medical advice video, but from some general let's say sources, you can try to make the best out of the situation. So do I recommend to drink alcohol? I do not recommend to drink alcohol, but I also don't say that people should not do anything. So I don't tell people you cannot do anything. So when you drink alcohol or you take any kind of drugs, you obviously need to know what the consequences are of that and make the best rational decision of it. Having one night of drinks might be bad for you, it might not, but for most people there is a consequence of drinking alcohol. But there's maybe some positives too, so you have the social connections and so on, and if you have been watching these videos, then you know that I usually talk about the 4 pillars, and in these 4 pillars, one of those are like social connections. So for some people, the social connections with alcohol might actually put you in the plus side of your social interactions and so on. But obviously, for some people it gets too much, and with every drug you always have that catch that it will try to drag you down maybe. But we're not going to go down that route. We're going to go down the route of what can we do out of this situation. First thing is, of course, like if you don't like alcohol, don't drink it. Problem solved. But if you are a social drinker, then one way you can strategize this is just think about that the sheer volume of alcohol and your adaptation to alcohol is the key marker. So what usually happens if you drink too much alcohol, you reach a certain threshold, and after that threshold you're basically will be in a deficit, which gives you the hangover. And why do people go over that threshold? Well, it's usually because there is a certain delay from the digestion of the liquids and then the results. So we see a lag between the drinking and the feeling of the drinking, and this means we're able to drink much more before we actually feel the effects of it. And one way to strategize this is to put in other drinks in between your alcohol. So having water between is a classical one, everyone knows about that, but it's not so much that you're just mixing the water with alcohol, and obviously it's going to take down your total amount of alcohol. But what it actually also does is that it gives you more time to feel how you're reacting to the alcohol. And this way, most people, they actually start drinking because they feel, when they start to feel that like alcohol level where they feel a bit tipsy, they might not want to drink that much more. But if you get over that threshold, you're basically losing the control of the drinking, and we know where that can end. So my first tip here is that you want to basically reduce the entire volume of alcohol and postpone your next drink as much as possible by having other drinks in between. And for most people, when they do this, they actually feel better, and they are actually pretty happy, because usually why we're drinking the next beer or next drink is because we're simply getting thirsty from drinking alcohol, and just by cutting in some other stuff there like sparkling water or so on, you might feel actually just as good, and that will help you to actually feel more of the effect of the alcohol before it kind of punches you in the face. So second tip here would be that is what you eat during the day, and what helps is to have some more fattier foods over the day and before you drink, and that's going to reduce the uptake of alcohol into your blood system. And still be taking up too much alcohol, and especially if you have small or high dosages and high concentration, you're probably still gonna elevate the uptake of the alcohol into your blood. So you can, again, when you mix with food, you delay the uptake a bit, and you will feel the consequences of alcohol, so you can stop before it gets too far. My third tip is my worst tip, and I don't recommend this at all, but if you have high alcohol tolerance, you can drink more, and this way you don't get the same kind of hangover. This is a very lousy tip, because it means that you should be drinking a lot during the weeks and days before and so on, and it's terrible, because it will definitely have a very bad consequence on your entire health, on your sleep, your sexual hormones and everything. So I don't recommend that at all, just to be able to not have such a big hangover for New Year's. It's a crazy stupid tip, but so don't do it. Now for the day after, to reduce your hangover, obviously having enough sleep is going to help you, and most people go to bed very, very, very late, so the circadian rhythm gets a bit knocked out of the system, but it can help, obviously, to try to get enough sleep. And same thing here, you don't want to disturb the next night of sleep, so you need to find that balance. Maybe you're going to have a shorter sleep and then a nap, for example, during the day. It's going to help you to recover a bit. Again, when it comes to sleep science, you're never going to be able to recover that lost sleep, really, but at least you can give your body the amount of rest it needs. Secondly, you need, most people already know this, you need to hydrate, you need to have back the electrolytes, and because when you drink during the night before, you're probably excluding a lot of liquids out of your body. So make sure that you, in the day after, have enough waters with salts in it, basically to help to absorb the water into the body again, and this way we can mitigate headaches and stuff like that from hydration problems. And third part would be movement, and I'm not saying you should be doing a workout here. It might actually be bad to do a workout, but having some general movement will maybe accelerate the process of your recovery. So that might just mean to have an extended walk or something like that, and this way your body will have sort of an active recovery. But I would definitely not recommend to try to do a hard workout and sweat it out and stuff like that. It might just have the opposite effect, that it might lead to injury, might lead to long-term problems for the week, that your training just going to get worse. So you have to live with the consequences of the decisions you did before, and now you took that decision by yourself. You're a grown-up, hopefully, so this way you can at least make the best out of the situation and still enjoy your time, have those social bonds that are super important. I wish you a happy new year, and see you a lot next year. Bye.